CO2, commonly known as carbon dioxide, is the combination of one carbon and two oxygen atoms. It is produced by everyday things, such as driving, breathing, and the burning of fossil fuels. It is important for plants because it helps them produce their food through photosynthesis. It is also a greenhouse gas, meaning that it traps the sun's heat in the Earth's atmosphere so that the Earth's temperature is regulated. Therefore, some CO2 is good for the environment, but in large quantities, it becomes dangerous for survival. The atmospheric sources of CO2 consist of volcanic combustion of organic matter. The man-made sources are power generation and transport.
Without CO2, the Earth would likely freeze and everyone would be dead. So, having a little bit of CO2 is a good thing, but having too much can be a really bad thing. One example of how it negatively impacts the Earth is that it causes it to become really, really hot.
CO2 levels have now reached a dangerous level not seen in the last 3 million years. Global sea level has risen about 7 to 8 inches since 1900, and nearly half of that increase, 3 inches, have occurred since 1993. June marked the 414th consecutive month where temperatures were recorded as being above the 20th century average for that given month. According to NOAA, that's a trend spanning more than 34 years. 9 of the 10 warmest Junes on record have occurred since 2010, per NOAA. Ways that we can combat climate change include reducing carbon emissions from everyday activities, such as taking public transport or riding a bike instead of driving a car. We can plant trees and other plants, and we can wean off fossil fuels and use more renewable energy. Side effects may include mass extinction, rising oceans, Arctic ice melts, mass extinction, global temperature rise, unpredictable weather, mass extinction.
As the sun's rays reach the Earth's surface, some are absorbed and re-emitted as heat. Greenhouse gases, such as water vapor and carbon dioxide, absorb and re-radiate some of this heat. Increased amounts of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere mean more heat is trapped, warming the Earth. Human activities, especially the burning of fossil fuels, have increased concentrations of atmospheric carbon dioxide by 40%, mainly since 1900. Global average surface temperature has increased by 0.8 degrees Celsius over that time. Other changes to the climate in recent decades can be seen in the warming of the oceans, a rise in sea level, decreasing snow and ice cover in the northern hemisphere, and a decline in sea ice in the Arctic. If emissions continue unchecked, then further warming of 2.6 to 4.8 degrees Celsius would be expected by the end of this century. Even at the low end, this would have serious implications for human societies and the natural world.